Go lay down.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to to the Thursday Night Blitz.
We'll choke a dog here.
Go lay down. I'm Chris Gonzalez. Gonzalez. Joined by OG Tony Gonzalez.
Chris can't even say his name.
You fucked me up with that. Go lay down right as we start. But how's it going?
I gotta go ahead and start talking about college football. I gotta let him out of the room. He's driving me crazy.
Pablo Gonzalez.
Welcome to the OG Tony show. This is not our normal demeanor, but what the hell? Why not?
Hey, it's late. It's Thursday night. It's late.
Hey, real quick, I don't know how you guys' weather is, but I swear I'm living in bipolar Houston, man. Hey, today's high was 63, right? So I'm out there in shorts, and the low for tonight is 32. I don't get it, Tony. I don't understand it. It's craziness.
I wish it was 32. Shit, 32 feel like a heat wave right now.
Yeah, move your ass down.
I think it's like 8 degrees. What is it, like 8 degrees outside or some shit?
Yeah.
Probably.
Listen, I don't know what it is with you Latino people wanting to go north. You know you're tropical people.
I didn't choose to go north. I was born north.
Yeah, you can migrate, damn it.
I was too.
All
right, the good thing is,
we got, Tony?
Before we continue, I was gonna say it's a good thing that we are under a travel one advisory now, so we've got now the restricted travel. And stuff.
Oh, I lied, Jay. It's 2 degrees outside.
Minus four with the wind.
-4.
So you're in the positive. Hell yeah. Let's go.
Barely. Yeah, guys, let's jump into this little college football talk. We was talking the other night a little bit about everything going on with college football and the scheduling. And I mean, I seen a guy today. I don't know what they'll do from SEC was talking about the Ohio State had one of the weakest schedules. Tell you what, Ohio State may have the toughest schedule in football next year. It's unbelievable. They play Texas, they play Michigan, they play IU, they play Oregon.
Go on the run where they play like USC, Michigan, Indiana, and Oregon, like 4 straight games. Like that.
Yeah, Alabama's schedule wasn't near as strong this year. Texas has got Texas got a tough schedule too. I remember
you
looking at it.
You guys got a pretty tough schedule too, though, because you got to play Ohio and Michigan back to back,
and then USC right after that.
Yeah, and then USC.
Yeah, our first part of our schedule isn't real strong, but then the second half of our schedule is pretty good.
Yeah, so we got Texas got to play LSU, which is going to be different now that Lane Kiffin is there. I feel like. Then we got OU, we got A&M. You're right. We got Ohio, Tennessee, Florida, and Ole Miss. I mean, that's a pretty decent schedule. So, yeah, I mean, Archie Manning's going to have it cut out for him.
Let me ask you guys, how strong do you think Ole Miss will be? I mean, they lost their coach. I don't know how many players they lost, if any. I figure they lost some. Do you think Ole Miss will still be you think they'll be a top 20 team, top 10? What do you think, Chris?
A lot of it depends on who they get, what they end up with the quarterback. I haven't heard of who's going to be their quarterback. I know Chambliss was trying to get another year of eligibility. Last I'd heard, I thought he got denied, but I heard
that's what I heard. He got denied.
I heard but they were filing an appeal or whatever on that.
Yeah.
And it's been said that if he does get another year of eligibility, that he's going to stay at Ole Miss. And I would say that's going to happen too, because I think LSU just end up getting a quarterback as well. So, I mean, if they get Chambliss back, I mean, I think they have a chance to still be maybe like a top 10 to 15 team. But a lot of it to me is going to depend on what they get, like at the quarterback at that quarterback position. We know how important that is, and plus I'd have to look a little deeper in the roster. I haven't looked to see who all left, because did the running back Lacey end up leaving? I know at one point he said he was going to stay, but then I heard somebody might have left because
I'm not sure.
I guess Ole Miss was trying to lowball some guys on offers. They was paying one guy this, and then went out in the transfer portal and got another guy and was paying him more than that guy, and then that guy got a little upset. So I think they might have had some issues there, but I think there could potentially still be a top 20, top 15, 20 team, but a lot to me just depends on what they do at the quarterback position.
Jay, what about you? What do you think about Mississippi?
Yeah, I just pulled up their roster, but it's not updated yet. All their roster is still from 2025. So yeah, you're right. Now, and I'm with you, Chris. The last thing I heard was he was denied. You know they're going to file an appeal because he really wants to go back another year. But I wouldn't be surprised if he gets denied. I think that, and me personally, I really feel like he's going to be back there. I think that's still going to be their quarterback in 26. But stranger things have happened, right? So we'll see. We'll have to wait and see more on that. But yeah, I think a lot of it just depends on that transfer portal and their rankings of their class. I don't even know who their coach is right now. Do you know who the coach is now? Because I know the one they had was of Ole Miss.
It's Pete Golding, the same coach that coached him in the playoffs.
Okay. I thought he went with Kiffin.
The offensive staff went with Kiffin, but Golding, he was the defensive coordinator, and and then they moved him up, and they named him the head coach right then, and not interim or anything. Ole Miss just named him the coach, and he's staying there.
Now,
so
did he actually
coach him in the playoffs?
Okay, so he did coach him in the playoffs.
Yes.
Well, okay, so I thought he did a good job. I thought Ole Miss did a good job in the playoffs. I mean, they just were outmatched, I think, talent-wise a little bit. So honestly, Tony, if Chamblee stays there as their quarterback, and if they didn't lose a whole lot, and if they really transfer portal in nicely, then I think they could stay in the top 20. I think they'd be honestly top 15. You know,
okay,
but we'll see.
And they could be facing some kind of penalty for this tampering thing too, where the coach of Ole Miss was sending pictures of $100 million $1 million contract to I don't know why I said $100 million, but a $1 million contract to I believe it was a linebacker that had already committed to Clemson, was already enrolled in classes at Clemson, and they ended up offering him $2 million for 2 years, and he ended up leaving Clemson and going to Ole Miss after he was in class. He was in a sociology class, and this coach was sending them pictures of $1 million contract. So there could be some stuff come out of that too.
Okay, Big Lynn, what do you think?
I think Ole Miss can be maybe not in the playoff hunt, but like in the top 20 as far as when the season starts.
Here's a little news. This is I typed in teams that did best in the portal for this coming year since the portal closed and everything. They have LSU Tigers number 1. They have, listen to this, Ole Miss number 2, and it claims that they got a quarterback by the name of Deuce Knight.
Okay.
So they've a highly guy. I didn't say what team. Number 3 was Texas Tech. They said that they brought in quarterback from Cincinnati, of course, Sorsby.
Yeah.
And then Oklahoma State also was another one, and then Notre Dame. That's who. Now this was according to AI as the top 5. I'm not. This is. Now I've got ESPN's. I'm bringing up ESPN's top 25. To see what they said. But let me ask you guys, let's say Mississippi would have beat Miami. How do you think Mississippi would have fared against IU, Chris? No, it's all speculation. I understand.
I think IU would have beaten them by at least 10 points. Ole Miss's offense was good, but their defense is what hurt them. I don't think their defense would have been able to slow IU's offense down like Miami's defense was able to. And I think IU's defense would be able to slow Ole Miss's offense down. I think it could look a lot. I think it could have looked a lot like maybe what the first Oregon game did, where IU controlled the game and ended up winning by 10. I think it would probably have been something like that.
Okay, I see that. I think Mississippi had a better offense. I know Miami beat them, but I really think Mississippi had a better offense overall than Miami. But Jay, what do you think?
No, I really believe with this IU team that you guys had, there was nobody going to take you out. I think Ole Miss would have gave you a competitive game, but I don't think they had nearly the talent nor the roster or the culture. I mean, that you guys had, you know, if Lane Kiffin left them, and I understand Golden took over, but that team was not ready for IU. I don't think really anybody was ready for IU this year. I know Oregon got them one time, but you came back and took care of business.
Oregon didn't beat us.
Oh, who's the one? You went undefeated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I just say with this team you guys had, y'all weren't going to lose. Obviously, you didn't lose. I don't think Ole Miss would have been able to keep up. I really don't.
I think Miami. I honestly, after watching all the games, I think Miami matched up the best just because of their size on the lines at the line of scrimmage, and they were the only other team that was as physical as IU, even though IU wasn't as big size-wise, but IU played real physical, and Miami was able to match that physicalness at the lines. And that's why that game was as close as it was. And the only other team that done that pretty good was Ohio State and Penn State.
Iowa.
Yeah, Iowa.
Iowa. I think Iowa's
none of them
matchup
teams
was
had the
really
offense
good.
where they could.
Yeah. Yep. Iowa didn't have the offense. If Iowa had the offense, they could have been a really dangerous team.
Yep.
Big Glenn, your thoughts on Mississippi if they would have played IU?
I think it would have been closer to the second Oregon game. Maybe not like a 30-point win, but like a 44-31 kind of game. It would have been high. It definitely would have been high scoring, but like IU's defense would have been able to, get the hell out of here with that shit, Billy.
You know what's interesting? So you guys beat Oregon 30-20 on your regular season meeting, but then in the playoffs, you beat them 56-22. It's like, man, they kept it within striking distance regular season, but then the playoffs, you just blow them out the damn door. That's crazy. That is crazy.
I brought up the portal stuff, guys, and the ESPN has the portal classes, and it has LSU as number 1. Now they had number 2. They had Texas Tech number 2. They had number 3, the Indiana Hoosiers, at number 3. Number 4, Texas Longhorns.
I know. Texas has done good. IU's done good in the portal. We brought in a quarterback, a running back, offensive lineman.
Texas brought in a wide receiver named Coleman. They're really excited about.
Yeah, I saw that one. So yeah, that should be interesting because that's what they didn't have last year. I mean, they had a decent wide receiving core, but they didn't have that one playmaker at the wide receiver, that really true number 1. And I think this year, I think it's going to be a little bit different with the drafting that they did and the transfers. I think they're going to be good.
Ohio State 5, Penn State 6, 7 Ole Miss. So they do have Ole Miss up here. Still Ole Miss still did pretty well. Everything. I'm trying to see where this quarterback came from that they was talking about, this Deuce Knight.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure where he came from.
It's not.
I never even heard of Deuce Knight.
Brought in untested yet ultra talented dual threat quarterback Deuce Knight, who was out of Mississippi. I don't know. Maybe it's somebody they already had, and I'm not sure. Kentucky, that's surprising. Number 8.
He played for Auburn.
Okay.
He was on Auburn's team. I don't know how much he played. Deuce Knight is a college football quarterback who transferred from Auburn to Ole Miss in 2026 season.
Number 10, Texas A&M. 11, Auburn. 12, Arizona State. 13, Oklahoma State. 14, Virginia Tech. 15, Notre Dame. Louisville 16, Colorado 17. California 18. Oregon 19, and Tennessee was 20. South Carolina 21, Georgia 22, Alabama 23, Oklahoma 24, and Missouri 25. So it sounds like Texas did about as good as anybody in the SEC, other than LSU.
Now
they just have to have good play calling to go with that transfer portal. We'll see what they can do.
That Knight is a freshman. He was on Auburn's team last year. But he played like two snaps in their first game of the year against Ball State. But he got beat out from the starting job by the other guy. and then he played like in one other game a little bit. So he was redshirted last year, and then transferred to Ole Miss.
I did say they're still trying to get Chambliss to be there. So we'll see what happens there.
I think finally got a court date, but it sounds like the NCAA is dragging their feet and making it take as long as they possibly can.
Yeah, I don't think that dude's going. I mean, he may, but I don't think he's going to go. I think he's going to get denied.
I think college football, this is my opinion, and it's probably never going to happen. I think college football needs to step in and make sure these teams have to play a certain level every year. I know it's hard because a team may not be ranked. He may be ranked this year, may not be ranked next year. But there's a way you can look at that and say, hey, you're here, you got to play this conference. At least, even if it's not the top 5, but you got to play the 6th team or the 7th team. There's got to be a way that they could regulate it and make it more even for everybody. And I'm talking about for everybody.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'm not just talking because Notre Dame, because I think Notre Dame's playing a cupcake this year. And I think it's going to continue to play a cupcake because nobody's enforced them to do anything. But there's other teams too. I'm just not Notre Dame.
You know what's interesting to me is the more I look at your schedule, it just dawned on me. You guys are literally 3 national champions in a row. You got Michigan, you got Ohio, then you got Michigan. Like the last 3 national champions. They're all playing each other back to back to back. I mean, that's crazy. I didn't really, it just kind of dawned on me. I was like, damn, this last 3 ones. That's interesting.
I think Michigan will be better this year. I think that quarterback get more experience. I think Michigan will be stronger.
They got a good coach too.
Ohio State beefed up. I seen they got a 310-pound lineman, big dude that they're bringing in. So I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what happens, guys. Let's move on to some NFL real quick. A couple things NFL I want to talk about. First of all, Bill Belichick, guys, has opportunity to go into the Hall of Fame, be a first ballot Hall of Famer, and he didn't get it. I don't understand it. I don't see how anybody could not vote him in. I don't care if he's liked or unliked, or that shit has nothing to do with it. Jay, let's go to you first. Your thoughts. I know you're not a big New England fan or a big Belichick fan. I'm not either, but that's neither here or there. What do you think about it? I think it's a travesty myself. What do you think?
Well, in the great words of the Jimmy Johnson of the Dallas Cowboys, who I love and admire so much. I do. I love you, Jimmy. I agree with him. It's horse shit, is what he said. And he's not going to go. He said if Bill Belichick is not going to go in the Hall of Fame, that he is going to go into the Hall of Fame, and he's just going to stay where he's at. And I love that. I like the fact that he was distraught that Belichick didn't get in, and if that's coming from Jimmy, how can you not get on board with that? So I think it's crazy, but it has come out a little bit that Spygate, and stuff is still kind of a factor in there, and I really think it is, and I think that they're kind of feeling a certain kind of way about that. But at the end of the day, I don't know if they're going to hold a revote or if they're going to come in and say, "Hey, you guys got this wrong," but they got it wrong, and every newscast out there has said that they've gotten it wrong. Every was it Get Up? Was it First Take was saying it? It's all about Belichick and it being the wrong move, and they got egg on their face, and there's no way they can get out of it. My thing is, I don't understand how they go into this room, all 50 of them, and they say, "Okay, we're not going to vote Bill Belichick in as the first ballot." Do they think that they were going to do that and not get a blowback? I mean, to me, that's crazy. But then again, I think those people think they're so far above everybody that they probably don't care. But at the end of the day, if you don't let Tom in, if you don't let Bill in, how are you going to let Tom in? That's crazy.
Who votes on that?
It's just the AP. It's the AP. All your media publications, writers, people like that. It's all media.
Yeah, I saw you click through that pretty quickly, Gonzo.
Dak can come in. We don't need no Dak.
No.
Man, he don't want to go to those bums.
Well, Bill Polian had a vote, and people were trying to say people were trying to say that he started this, and he didn't vote for him. But I guess Polian proved that he voted for him.
Well,
I know somebody who voted for Kraft and not Bill, and they are well
Sports
known
writer.
Colts. Yep, Mike Chappell from
Yep.
that does Colts beat writer.
I can't
Should be
remember
fired.
what beat writer it was, but one of the beat writers, we were talking about this earlier, said that he was 95% that he did vote for him to go in. And I'm like, well, where's the 5%? So is the 5% really what you did? And you're just telling people 95%?
Well, that was Bill Polian that said
Was
that.
it Polian that said that? Okay.
But
Yeah.
then he came out and proved that he voted for.
Well, see, because
okay.
they talked about McAfee's show, and McAfee said, "Well, you guys gotta understand, he's 80-some years old. He may have
But
forgot."
how are you 95% sure? Like, you know, like, are you 5% doubting yourself?
Well, if you're almost 90 years old and you voted 2 weeks ago, you might not be 100% sure.
Well, then, no, if you're 90 years old and you can't remember shit, why are you in there voting?
Hey, I'm 62. I can't remember shit.
That's true. At 54, I can't either.
But yeah, he proved it. He went and he proved it because people were coming down on him. Yeah, I don't know how anybody could do that. That's even fair. Of course, we got baseball sports writers who are terrible too. But yeah, I think it's a farce. If you don't have, and then another one too, Eli Manning. I mean, for the second time, didn't get in. He won 2 Super Bowls. He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Not only with because I still want to talk about Bill, but not only with Eli. He won 2 Super Bowls, but he won 2 Super Bowls against the New England Patriots that were a dynasty. Yes. It's the context of too. The one team was going to be for an undefeated season.
Yes,
and you know what I mean. Like, yeah, I think Eli should be in as well. But
I agree. Go ahead about Polian. Not Polian. About I told you I was nuts about Belichick.
It's ridiculous. I think all the people that are already in the Hall of Fame that go every year to the Hall of Fame thing should boycott the Hall of Fame. Don't show up for the ceremony. Jimmy Johnson already said he wasn't going. His interview on McAfee, by the way, yesterday was freaking awesome.
He went off.
I think he was on there for like 40 minutes or whatever, and it was great. But I mean, you're talking about, and I'm not a New England fan. Hated New England. I'm an Indianapolis Colts fan. I hated New England. Like, I was a Colts fan during the Peyton Manning era. That was New England was the team, and Brady was our enemy. But when it has the most Super Bowls out of any coach, most playoff wins out of any coach, like second most wins, like the dude. I mean, there's no world that he shouldn't be a first ballot Hall of Famer. And then you're going to try to put him in next year. If I'm Bill Belichick, I wouldn't let him put me in. I wouldn't let him put me in now. Like, fuck you. Like, I wasn't good enough to be in last year. Don't put me in. And you can't tell the story of the NFL or football, in that matter, without Bill Belichick. Same thing with Eli Manning. Same thing with Eli Manning. You can't tell the history of the NFL without the quarterback that took down the evil empire when they were trying to go 15-0, 16-0, or whatever it was. But yeah, I think the people that, for one, these votes should be public, not because like you don't get to, unless they come out and tell you. No, you don't get to see what their vote was. They shouldn't be able to hide. If you want the responsibility to vote, that vote should be public. And then these people that didn't, if you didn't vote for Belichick, you should lose your damn vote, in my opinion. Like, you're not qualified if you don't think that he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, the greatest coach that has coached football. It don't make no sense.
Do you think that because of that, do you think that the NFL is going to revamp how that gets done? Since obviously they missed the mark way off. I think they're going to have to revamp that.
Yeah, I think they will too.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But Glenn, what do you think about all this?
Oh my goodness, I'm gonna try to cut an insane ass promo because this is motherfucking bullshit. Sorry, Logan. I know you don't want us cussing, but it's freaking bullshit. And I don't think media should be allowed to vote in these kind of situations anymore if you're gonna be having this stupid ass shit, you know. And what I had referenced Mike Chappell, you know, the Indy Sports Fox 59 Colts guy, you know, I know Gonzo and Tony know what I'm talking about when it comes
Yep.
to that. He was on with JMV today at 5 and was talking about, yeah, I voted for Kraft, but not against Belichick. I'm like, man, that dude has become annoying to me, because he's given
Yeah.
a bullshit political answer for why he didn't pick Belichick.
Yeah. Chris, I think Billy, I think that was a question. How many times can you go up to be? Or is there a limit on NFL player? I know baseball there is.
I think it's
So
10.
I think it's so many years. You have to wait for. I know, like players, it's 5 years after you're retired, you're eligible, and then I think it might be for like 10. You're eligible for, I think, maybe like 10 years or something.
Yeah, I was tracking 10 years. That's
but for coaches, it's different. Because for coaches, I think you're eligible for like a year after you're out of the league, after you retire or whatever, you're eligible. And then I'm not sure how long. I'm assuming it's probably around 10 years or something. That you're there. And Robert Wardell, like he's saying, I saw this earlier where the Hall of Fame put out a statement, and they're going to investigate and see if some of these voters violated bylaws. And if they did, they're going. They said they were going to be losing. If you violated the bylaw, you could lose your opportunity to vote in the future. So it's going to be interesting to see what comes out of this.
I will guarantee if they violate bylaws, I guarantee every one of them are that work in the media. I mean, I know AP votes on that, but I don't think media should be voting in situations like this anymore. I think it needs to be peers that are in the Hall of Fame, kind of like what the College Football Playoff Committee is, but have it be people that are in the Hall of Fame, have high, long tenures in the National Football League, not people with media that could cause situations like this.
Well, it is a mixture, though. It's not all media members, because there is some former players and general managers and stuff that have a vote as well. It's a committee of like 50 people.
Okay. So I want for sure, because I know Polian, he is in media now too, because he works for the NFL Network on the radio for Sirius. He's on every day, so I want for sure how that worked.
I'd give him a pass, but just like flat out media credentials. If you write for a paper, if you work for a beat writer for a team, you cannot vote.
Well, I think that's it. They probably do have former players that are now in the AP that are voting, but it is. I mean, it's just strictly AP. But to Chris's point, a lot of them are probably former players that are now doing media work.
Could be.
Yeah.
Guys, next thing I want to bring up, I seen an article earlier, and I was kind of shocked that a lot of people feel like the Atlanta Falcons are going to cut Kirk Cousins. Now, I don't think they have yet. I was really shocked by that, especially with Stefanski coming in. I was really surprised by that. Now, it hasn't been, as far as I know, that's Glenn's right, and they did finally do it for sure. But I did read an article that it expected to happen. So I was a little surprised by that. Maybe it's a money issue. I'm not sure. But I had heard that he had redid his contract already. To
correct some, it was the Yahoo Sports put out a thing about 5 hours ago. It says Falcons quarterback Kirk Cousins is expected to be released per The Athletic. So
yeah, the Athletic's a little. You never know with the Athletic.
Yeah.
That's interesting, because I really thought he might have a chance to be a starter with Stefanski and Stefanski's his relationship. And again, I don't think the other guy's ready, but a lot of people think that as far as health wise, they think he's going to be ready for the first game of the season. As far as health, I'm not sure he's ready to be a starting quarterback yet, but I guess we'll see. Jay, you got any thoughts on that? Are you surprised by that if it's true?
Yeah, I'm really surprised. If that's true, then that means they're cutting out their only really safety net to be competitive. Because unless they really fully believe that Penix is number one, going to be healthy and ready to go, and if they think that he can carry the team, then okay, I guess I guess I'll have to find another backup quarterback or whoever is on their third string. I guess I'll promote him up. But I think that's premature on their part. If that really is true, I think that would be a dumb move on their part. But I think if you're Minnesota, I think if you're Pittsburgh Steelers, they're going to be after him like white on rice paper, because that's really the one piece that they need to be competitive for a Super Bowl run. And I really think Minnesota, and which funny if he went back to Minnesota since he came from there, if he went back there, he would have a really serious shot at making a deep playoff push, because I really think they're just a quarterback away from doing that.
Chris, what do you think about that possible report?
Yeah, that was that surprised me, because I figured with Stefanski going there that would probably be a way that they might get to keep Cousins because of their relationship they had. So that and I don't think Penix is going to be ready for week one, like Robert's saying in the comments. So it's going to be interesting. Interesting where they go and who Stefanski is going to try to get if they do that. But one thing real quick, back to the Hall of Fame. The way that the voting works is one media member from each city gets a vote. So that's 32. Los Angeles, New York get 2 because of they got 2 teams. So that's about 36.
Yeah.
And then the other 15 voters are made up of at-large bids, or former players, former GMs, or people that are in the Hall of Fame. And you get your vote. It's like 2-year terms, is how it kind of works. So it's it's not just all media members. There's a media member representative of from each city, but there's also like 15, 16 that are not media members.
But you said but they can only do a max of 2 years, and then what? They're done.
The way I was understanding, you get a 2-year term, and then I don't know if you might be able to reapply it again or whatever, but I guess it's like 2 years at a time.
Okay.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, that's interesting. I agree. So, Glenn, what do you think? You think Cousins is going to be out there?
Yeah, I think so. Not sure where he goes though.
Would be a good fit. What about them Pittsburgh Steelers?
Yeah. If Aaron Rodgers doesn't do it.
Yeah.
Hell, well, we should call Chicago again. Continue the circus in that way.
I think Daniel Jones will be ready though. I think he'll get him back.
I do too. I think Jones will work his ass off. I think he'll be ready, and I think he just seems like a dude that will give it everything he's got to be ready. And as long as he didn't have any setbacks, I think he'd be good.
I just feel like Minnesota's probably shooting themselves in the foot for letting Darnold walk. And now he's in the Super Bowl.
If they do cut Cousins, does Cousins end up in Minnesota?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that's where he would.
Speaking of that, I read a report, rumored that Minnesota is interested in trying to make a trade for San Francisco 49ers backup quarterback.
Oh, Mac Jones, huh?
That wouldn't surprise me if they try to get Mac Jones. That wouldn't surprise me. I think they still think McCarthy could end up being their guy, but he's for one, he gets hurt a lot, and for two, he still has to develop. So if you could get a guy like Jones or even a guy like Cousins, would be to me would be smart. Yeah, Robert, that's not. I agree with that too. Cousins to the Raiders, that wouldn't be a bad move for the Raiders either. I know you might be drafting Mendoza, but you still need somebody, and he'd be a good guy for Mendoza to learn under as well.
Geno Smith.
That wouldn't be a bad move at all.
Yeah, Geno Smith sure as hell is not it.
But I just don't know if Cousins would want to go to the Raiders, because the Raiders don't have a great offensive line. I just don't know if he would want to go there. I think they would want to take him, like you said, for a mentorship, but I don't think he's going to want to go there.
Yeah, Mike Evans, as they mentioned there, Mike Evans is a free agent.
Yeah. And he's also hurt. They don't know if he's going to be ready for the season or not. That's what Robert was saying.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Guys, let's talk a little coaching. But let's get your thoughts first. Let's go this route. Buffalo. Joe Brady's their new coach. Chris, your thoughts on them basically staying in house and moving Brady up? What do you think?
Yeah, I still don't understand Buffalo. I would have never fired McDermott. But and with me saying that, I think Joe Brady's a good guy, a good coach. I think he's going to be a good head coach. But I think he's walking into a no-win situation here. McDermott just got fired because he didn't win a Super Bowl. He didn't get fired because he was a bad coach or he wasn't winning enough games. It's because they hadn't won a Super Bowl. So that means Joe Brady's expected to win a Super Bowl next year. Like he's expected to come in his first year. If he don't win a Super Bowl, that's a failure compared to what they had done the last 5 to 10 years with McDermott. So you're putting Joe Brady in a no-win situation here, pretty much. I mean, I think they'll give him more than a year, but I mean, by their logic is if he don't win a Super Bowl this year, that's a failure because they were looking for a guy to win him a Super Bowl now because McDermott wasn't doing it fast enough. I think Brady's a good coach. I think the relationship that he has with the players already and stuff, it's going to be easy for him to instill his culture because his culture could be, I mean, he knows the building real well. I'm sure he's going to change a few things to fit him. I think it will be a good fit for him. I just wouldn't have ever got rid of McDermott. And I think you're just putting whoever you hired in that position after the way you got rid of McDermott and the way the owner came out and basically said that the GM there is gold and can't do no wrong. I mean, hell, said that drafting the receiver wasn't the GM's fault. That was the coaching staff fault. Fired the coach, gave the GM a raise and a new position. So to me, I wouldn't want to go there and a head coach. You already know that you're against two people. The GM and the owner are pretty much best friends, it seems like. So, you know, I mean, you're against two people. You know, if it comes down to you and that GM, you're the one that's going losing out. I think Brady will do a good job, but I just think he's walking into a tough situation because of what happened to McDermott.
That receiver wasn't a first-round pick. I know he was the first pick in the second round, but I mean, it wasn't like he was the number one pick in the draft and didn't pan out. And it's not like he's been a huge bust. I'm not saying he's lived up. I mean, I think he had 30 catches one year and 40 the next, but I don't know.
Yeah, that would pay out pretty nice if you hit that one.
Jay, your thoughts on Brady?
Well, I mean, I like Brady. You know, like you said, I mean, they're promoted from within. He deserves it. You know, he's a good coach. I think he's going to have to look out and find a really good offensive coordinator because, correct me if I'm wrong, I always get these messed up. Brady was a defensive coach for defense, right? A defensive coordinator?
He was offensive coordinator.
Oh, was he offensive coordinator? Okay. He was
the offensive coordinator with LSU with Joe Burrow. And then that success got him into the NFL as offensive coordinator. Then he went to, I think, Carolina for a little bit. Then he left. Then he ended up in Buffalo.
Because I don't think either way, man. I appreciate it, Chris. I for some reason I thought he was defense. I don't know what I'm thinking, but I mean they were good on both sides of the ball, coaching wise. It's just that they just had a little bit of talent on that defense that wasn't. They couldn't stop the run. That was the biggest problem with them. They didn't have a true wide receiver one, which is another problem for them. But again, I believe what Chris said. The McDermott shouldn't have been fired. It should have been Billy Beane that was fired, and they should have brought somebody else into that management spot. It's a shit show. It's been a shit show for a while now, and it needs to get better. You know what I'm saying? What happened? What? Just tell me, Chris. What happened? What happened?
I didn't know Billy Beane was the GM in football now.
Brandon Beane, Billy Beane. It's a Beane.
It's a Beane.
Was his last name Beane? Was it Bean? Look, hey, Tony. If anybody who watches this show for a hot minute knows that I get the last name right, I might screw up the first name.
If Jay gets half the name right, it's a win. Just accept it.
Thank you. I appreciate that because in baseball, that's hitting 500.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true. And making the big bucks.
But well, we don't know all about that. But the last thing I want to say about that is, I feel like. You got a toxic situation with ownership with that whole Keon Coleman thing. Like Chris said, he's coming into a hornet's nest of crap, and he's going to have to figure all this out. And if he doesn't get a Super Bowl within probably 2 years, or maybe they give him a third year, I think he's done and he's cooked. I don't think that would be my first choice as a head coach. But you don't always know when you're going to get a shot at being a head coach, so you got to take what you get. But if I was him, he better have management's back or back on them. If you don't get the support, it's going to be a long road.
Yeah. Big Glenn thoughts on Joe Brady.
Yeah, before I get to that, man, I tell you what, if when you know how Jay says like calls Ryan Day like Jeff Day. I mean, even with him saying Day, he's already up in that count in that way. So anyway,
and by the way, if you're gonna say you're gonna quote me, I've been saying John Daly. Get it right. I never said Jeff. I said John. I don't mind you. I don't mind you correcting me, but just get it right. I said John Daly, and it's Ryan Day. Okay.
Yeah.
Just want to be sure. Okay.
Or Kobe Jim Day, like the guy from the Reds.
There you go. There you go.
Anyways, good hire. But I feel like similar to what Gonzo was saying, that leash is going to be quite short.
Yeah,
Robert, Robert, don't you come in here with that Donna mess. Okay, wait. Donna's not in here right now. But if you get a chance to talk to Donna, you tell Donna to come on the late night show, and we'll welcome her with open arms. We love Donna. We will welcome her. Okay, I apologize.
Okay, guys, the big talk. A lot of people upset with Cleveland's hired. I haven't heard anybody that. Well, I think I seen one guy thought it was a good pick and thought that was good for Sanders, but Todd Monken. Gonna be a lot of monkeying around, I guess, there in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Chris, your thoughts on Cleveland with Monken?
I don't think it's a bad hire, but I don't think they had much of a choice. It sounds like most of the coaches didn't want to go to Cleveland. It sounded like that Grant Udinski pulled his name out. A lot of guys pulled their name out. I think that once they fired Stefanski, which I wouldn't have fired Stefanski. I don't think he's the problem in Cleveland. I think the problem there is the owner and the GM, and some of that the owner overstepping the GM and the owner and GM overstepping Stefanski, and you can only work with what you got. Yeah, what Robert was saying, nobody wanted the job, so I think that's why Monken got it. But I don't think Munkin's a bad coach. And if you look at Monken, why he's done as offensive coordinator, look at Lamar Jackson's numbers with Monken there. Lamar Jackson was an MVP. Like the dude is a good offensive coordinator. If Shador's going to be your quarterback, to me, he's a good guy to help develop him. Or any young quarterback you have. I mean, if he can work with Lamar Jackson, he's putting up MVP numbers. Could be a good guy to try to develop a young quarterback. I think they messed up firing Stefanski. If you're going to fire Stefanski, you had to have an idea of who you were going to get and think you had a shot to get him. You don't go in and then find out nobody wants to come there. So now you're just basically getting what you can. I know he wasn't their first choice at all, so I understand why a lot of people are – but I don't think it's as bad of a hire as people are making it out to be either, because they got to figure out the quarterback position, and he's a guy that can develop a young quarterback. So, but once they fired Stefanski, if it had been me, I would have hired Jim Schwartz, the guy that was already in the building, defensive coordinator. I'd have hired him, got me a offensive coordinator to try to develop a young quarterback, and went from there. But and now they're going to lose Jim Schwartz. Now you can go have him as a defense coordinator because he got upset he didn't get the job and walked out of the building and left, said he ain't coming back.
Yeah, I mean Cleveland.
You just lost a hell of a.
They're top 10 defense in the league. Cleveland. I mean, really good defense. They've got a couple guys. I mean, you got Jared Judy. He's not a number one, but he's a number two. You find you another receiver. You got a good young running back. Maybe find another young running back or sign somebody. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. Jay, what were your thoughts on Monken?
Yeah, real quick, Robert, I agree with you. I don't think it's the talent on the team either. I think it's the front office and the leadership is the Cleveland's biggest problem. So yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that too. That was going to be my thing, is the fact that it's the same shit show in Cleveland that you had in Buffalo, right? It's just a different version of it. They're bringing people in that they really shouldn't have brought in. So you make this crowded quarterback room when you give $200 million to a guy who had all the 23 sexual assault cases. I mean, this team does not, from the management level, they don't make good decisions. They just don't. And like Chris said, you fire your coach without even having somebody in his place to take over from it. and if I'm Art Monken, I probably walked into the interview and said, before we do this interview, just out of curiosity, how many guys did you interview before you got to me? You know, and I mean, because it's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many guys you interview? What I say
I just
now?
got it.
Hey, Jay.
What happened? What happened?
What did you say his first name was?
No, I said Monken.
Yeah, but what did you say his first name?
I don't think I said a first name.
Oh, I thought you said Art
You
Monken.
did. You did. You said Art Monken.
You said when you
You said Art Monken. I didn't catch it till he started laughing, but because Art Monk, that's what was on your head, Art Monk. Hey, he was close. Calm down. I think it's Todd.
I really hate you. I hate you with all of my soul.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
I hope you go outside and you slip on ice and you break your coccyx. Anyway, back to what I was saying before I was rudely interrupted with laughter. Everybody's laughing at me now. Fuck y'all. They're even laughing at me in the comments.
So what was that, Jay?
Shut up.
What was that, Jay?
Shut up. Shut up. I know what you're saying. They're laughing at me in the comments.
Are you sure about that?
All right. Yeah, I'm sure. So anyway, like I was saying, no, I just feel like, if I'm Art Monken, see, I said Art that time on purpose because hell with it. I'm already going to get laughed at. But no, I just want to know how many guys did you go through before you got to me? You know what I'm saying? And you're right. Now they got nothing against Monken, right? I mean, he like you said, he developed Lamar Jackson, and they did a great job with him, right? I mean, Art, when he first got there, he was just, he could run, he was great athletically, but his passing needed work, and he really got Lamar passing the ball with a lot more precision, which got him that MVP that year. So I do think it's a good hire in terms of Monken is a qualified person, but like y'all said, Schwartz obviously went out the building, so they probably lost him. So now they're gonna have to start from scratch, and you got a shit show, and somebody's got to figure it out. And that GM, they should have fired him too. Honestly, that's crazy. I agree.
Two, they should have fired. Maybe the owner too. Big Glenn, you got any thoughts on this?
No, not at all. There's a reason why he Monken went where he did. So.
Yep. Okay, guys, that's Arizona don't have a coach yet. The Raiders don't have a coach. I can't think of the guy's name. They think is going to sign with the Raiders. Is it the guy from Seattle, I believe? Chris, can you help me?
Is that Kubiak?
Kubiak. Yeah. A lot of people believe he's going to be the guy. So, but that's not been confirmed yet. So we'll see what happens there. We'll talk more about that next week. Guys, let's move on to our top 10 list. It's our top 10 best Super Bowl halftime shows of all time. This is according to Fox Sports. And we're going to let Chris go first. We're going to let Glenn go second and Jay go last. We'll see if Glenn can get back to doing better. Chris?
Oh, okay. I was on a roll last time. Let's see. I'm going to go with I'm not gonna go with my personal favorite first. So I'm gonna go with Prince.
Damn it, you took mine.
That is number one, Prince.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
That's not even my personal favorite. I really liked it, but I
really like that one too.
I thought that'd be one, but my personal favorite I think will be in the top 5 as well.
Okay, Glenn.
Jan Jackson, Justin Timberlake.
That's on here somewhere. Let me find it. That is number 2.
Which one did? Oh, the Janet Jackson. Is that Janet Jackson? Okay,
that's only number 2 because she showed a nipple. That ain't fair.
Yeah,
I know, right? But hey, come on, man. That was a pretty nice nipple. So I give it to
her. Okay. What do you think, Jay?
The one I think should be there, well, probably won't be there, and I'm not going to say because I don't want to give Glenn an opportunity to get another one right. But the one I think is going to be there at number 3 is U2. I think it was 2002 concert.
U2 is not on the list.
Damn. Okay.
Real quick, I just want to give the dates. Prince was 2007, number 1, and Timberlake and Janet Jackson was 2004 at number 2. Okay, Chris.
We'll go with my personal favorite, Tom Petty.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a good one, but Chris, he did not make the list.
He didn't make the list? That was, man. To me, that was I'd have that right up there as one of the best halftime shows.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
Wow.
Okay, Big Glenn.
All right, so this is my personal favorite besides the Prince one, obviously, and I'm young enough to remember it because of who it is. Michael Jackson from the Super Bowl that the Cowboys won.
That is number 4, Michael Jackson, 1993.
Okay. Because I remember how I started because you had like the fake Michael Jacksons popping up at the top of the stadium and stuff, you know.
I'll give you guys a hint. Well, let Jay go, and then I'll give the hint because then everybody went.
I'm gonna go. This is one of my generation of rappers. I'm gonna go 2022. Dr. Dre with Eminem, and who else was in there? It was Eminem and 50 Cent and Snoop Dogg.
Mary J. Blige. Yep, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, Dr. Dre, Eminem. That was number 3. That was in 2022. Yep.
Yeah, that one was really pretty freaking good. I enjoyed that one.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4 is gone. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is still left. I'll give you a hint. All of them are in the 2000s.
Okay.
Okay, Chris.
Let me see. Jay took the one out. My next one with Dr. Dre and them.
That's one of my favorites.
I'm gonna go with one of my favorites, but people, I'm sure, probably on there, especially since Tom Petty ain't fucking on there. To me, this list is a joke now. I'm gonna go Beyonce.
Yeah, that's
Beyonce,
what I was gonna say.
That's number 6. That was in 2013.
Man, you took mine, Chris. Damn it.
Okay. Okay, Glenn.
Shakira just before COVID. I remember everybody talk about that one. And I made reference to it last night. Because that one, yeah.
Okay, yeah, she was with somebody. It wasn't just her. It was
I think it was J-Lo. I think it was J-Lo.
Jennifer, number 9, Jennifer Lopez and Shakira. Okay, Jay.
All right. Now, I'm not a Madonna fan, but I'm going to go with Madonna when she had Nicki Minaj. And I can't remember, I think MIA, I think was on there. And there was a couple of other ones, but I just remember Madonna and Nicki Minaj. I want to say it's 2012, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere in that time frame.
It didn't make it better.
Damn. Okay.
Okay. Chris, we got number 5, number 7, number 8, number 10.
I'm going to go with the Rolling Stones. I think it was 06.
Did not make it.
Damn.
Yeah, that's that. I was thinking about that one too, but I'm surprised it didn't make it.
Okay, Big Glenn.
I feel like because I'm going back to this is another one that was kind of recent within the last 2 years. I'm gonna say when Lady Gaga jumped off the top of the
I remember that one.
Houston one, yeah.
Yeah.
That is number 5. Glenn's on fire, man.
Yeah, Glenn made a comeback.
That was 2017. We got number 7, 8, and 10.
All right, and that's my turn. So I'm going to go with 2009 Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band.
Yep, that's number 8.
Okay. I say it. Yeah.
So we got 7 and 10 left. I'll give you guys a hint since I'll give you some help here. They're both combinations, just not one group. There is a rock band in both of them. And the other guy that's part of it is it's more pop, not rock. pop rock. Yeah, so that's in the 2. And now one of them's got like 4 different people, 4 different people in it. But his rock group was the headliner, and then the other one, I don't know if the rock group was a headliner in this one, but should have been at least. But there's the 2.
Is this for open answer?
Was it?
No,
is
it's
it,
Chris's turn.
Okay.
Is it Katy Perry and Lenny Kravitz?
Damn,
That's a good one, but no, it wasn't. But it wasn't.
Damn.
I think
So my turn, right? Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with one that it was in middle school, and Jay already went with one of the answers that was from when I was in middle school. I'm gonna go with the one because I remember Britney Spears being on the CMAs or VMAs not long after this. I'm gonna say the one that was with her and NSYNC, and I want to say a few other people.
Okay, that is right. That's number 7. It's Aerosmith, Britney Spears, NSYNC, and Mary J. Blige. And the thing about that, Mary J. Blige on here twice. She was at number 7 and number 3. She was on with Snoop Dogg in there.
Yeah,
so
I would never into it because I was in like 7th grade. So
got one left. That's number 10, guys.
I'm thinking. Okay. And you said the one from 2016. I think that was the Beyonce one, right?
That was from 2020. Oh wait, that was 2013. I think you.
All right. Well, I'm going to go 2014. If it hasn't been said yet, then I'm going to go 2000. It's either 2014 or 2016. I think it's 2016, but I'm not 100%. But it was Coldplay with Beyonce and Bruno Mars.
Okay, I'm going to give it to you because what this says here is 2014, Bruno Mars and the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Okay.
But you did say Bruno Mars.
I'll take half credit.
Well, Glenn won this round because he had like 5.
Sound like a Temple Day Dolphins.
I think that list was a bunch of shit.
Yeah, there were some
but
there were some good ones on there, but there were some good ones that should have been on there too. Like,
yeah,
you know what my problem though with it is, Chris, though, is for a longest time now, Dr. Dre and them have been dictating or putting out who's going to be in these halftime shows.
No, wait,
that's what I was told.
Hold on. Not Dr. Dre. It's Jay-Z.
Jay-Z. Yeah, there you go. Okay, I'm sorry, Jay-Z.
Jay-Z for the last 4 to 5 years, Jay-Z's been like in charge of it. Yes.
So I apologize. Yeah. But it's Jay-Z. My point is, it's been a very R&B rap, heavily influenced, or pop, whatever influenced. I wish they would have a committee instead of just one. Like, you should have somebody from a rock demographic, country demographic, R&B rap demographic, and then they should. I feel like there's no rap or country music or any of that really that's been in this, in the Super Bowl, and I just feel like it's kind of gone down that one stream for it seems like forever now.
The 2022 with Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, 50 Cent, that was really good.
And that was good, right? But
I agree. I don't have a problem with Prince being number 1. Tom Petty should have been up in the top 5. Springsteen was a good one. Michael Jackson probably should have been on there. I mean, dude's one of the most famous dudes, and that was in '93 in his heyday. The one a lot of people love. I don't care for Jennifer. I'm not saying she's terrible. I'm not a big Jennifer Lopez or Shakira fan, but I understand the appeal. They're two good-looking ladies, and they're all over the world. They're very world. So I can't argue. Beyonce. I can't. She's very popular. Just like Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny's popular all over the world.
Well, a big problem where I don't think we see a lot of rock bands rock music on there. For one, there is hardly new rock bands out that are popular. It's all the old rock bands, and a lot of them won't do it because you don't get paid to do the halftime show. They don't get paid to do that halftime show. They're doing it basically for free, but you're getting all the money you make from advertisement and all the people watching it. But for like the Rolling Stones and them, hell, they're 80 years old. They're not worried. They're not worried about future promotions, so that they want to get paid to go do some of them shows. So I think that's why we don't get some of the rock, because for some reason there is not new that's something that's dying.
But see, that's the way I feel like. Now it won't. This one
coming out.
Yeah, I feel like Allison Chains would be a good one because they're from Seattle, right? But because you're not going to get Pearl Jam. Like Pearl Jam would be the perfect one. But like you said, Chris,
Foo Fighters would be a good one too.
But like you said though, they're probably not going to do it because they won't get paid. Yeah, and they already have. Dave Grohl's got so much damn money, it's ridiculous. But if you look at Allison Chains, they're still a small to medium market band, and they represent the Seahawks. Why not put them in there? You know, get them a shot at it. Yeah. But I don't think that the demographic wants that.
Well, and my thing is, one thing I've always thought, and I've thought this for a long time, the Super Bowl halftime show, you should get some, whatever state or city that the Super Bowl's in. If they have, like a famous musician or whatever, you should try to get somebody like that. Like
connect it.
Like to me, when the Super Bowl was in Indianapolis, John Mellencamp should have been first person they called for the halftime show. Not that he would have done it. Not that I don't know if he would have done it or not. But being from Indiana, or if Michael Jackson would have still been alive, like when the Super Bowl was in Indianapolis, Michael Jackson being from Gary, and there's a lot of states that have big musicians like that. I think them should be like the first ones that you call for some of them halftime shows, because it helps build up your state as well.
Hey, Robert, I agree, man. Without Lane Staley, it's a different version of AIC. But William Duvall is still a hell of a good guy to have there, because if you look at Your Decision, Check My Brain, stuff like that. I mean, and Hollow. I mean, they got a good lineup.
Has AC/DC ever done a halftime show? Like that'd have been like the perfect band to do a halftime show.
Yeah, I don't think
if you're gonna go AC/DC, why wouldn't you go Metallica too? I mean, you can go Metallica.
Yeah,
I mean,
Metallica, another one. Yeah, I'd like to see them branch out a little bit, change it every year.
But you know who would be great though? Honestly, Kiss. They want them.
They're officially retired.
Okay, guys. We're gonna get out of here. Just a reminder. Tomorrow, guys, Friday afternoon show, 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central. We'll be got a Super Bowl hot seat questions. Got 5 questions for you guys. Also got we're gonna be talking a little Royal Rumble. We're gonna be talking boxing. The big Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. That's a huge fight at Madison Square Garden. It's gonna be on that. I don't know how you pronounce his name. How they pronounce that, Chris? Dazn. DAZN. That's what it's going to be at. You can see the fight. So that's going to be a good fight. And then also Chris is going to have some UFC picks, 325. We'll talk some UFC, and Chris will tell you who to bet on. And so going to have a great show tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central. Appreciate everybody watching. You guys got anything before we get out of here?
I just wanted to say one thing to Robert. I agree with that, Robert. I would love to have some Maynard James Keenan in there, because he's got a hell of a wine too. If you don't know, the guy that the lead singer of Tool, he also has his own wine vineyard, and he puts out his own wine, and it is amazing. So yeah, I agree with you. Tool would be amazing at that. Yeah,
race. I got one more thing. Race
would be good.
Hell yeah.
NASCAR opens up at Bowman Gray this weekend, weather permitting. Race hell, praise Dale, go Chase Elliott.
Okay, real quick. For one, appreciate everybody in the comment section. Thanks for joining us. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube, at Gonzo Sports Room, and at ESEN. And we will see you guys tomorrow.